it's Allie from Color and Plain with Allie. Oh, sorry. I was trying to zoom out, but it won't let me. So I went and picked up this set of 150 colored pencils. It says they're academic level, and they are Artist Loft, which means they came from Michaels. They're like a Michaels brand product. I picked these up to do a review because I'm pretty sure that what they're trying to do is compete with Prismacolor. Now, these retail around $68, $67.99 US dollars. I would have to look at my receipt to see what price I paid for mine, but I think I used a 20% off coupon. Unfortunately, Michaels has not been doing their 40% off or 50% off regular price items, so that's been kind of lame, but I did at least use the 20% off. So my first impressions right off the bat is that I hate this packaging. It's just like this kind of thicker plastic, but you know, it's got all these little flaps and it's taped everywhere, and it's just, if this is not, this would not be how I store these pencils. I would probably put them in a separate case. So yeah, that's my first impression with that. And then when you open it, get this open. And just like that, just trying to peel it open, I've already like broken the plastic. So yeah, I would not be putting these back into this container. So you have this little wraparound band, and then there are, tape the trays together, it looks like. There are, it looks like there's a cover over each tray. Let me peel off this tape. So yeah, there's more tape here. Lots of tape on this packaging. I much prefer getting tins of pencils where I just take off the outer wrapping and open the lid, and there they are. But this was probably the cheapest way to package them, let's be real. Whoopsie. You can already see I have a pencil that's coming out. So, not, well, look, there's a broken one. I really tried to avoid getting a broken one, but there was still one in here where you can see that the tip is broken. Probably due to the cheap packaging. But there is a lid or a cover over the first tray. So I like how vibrant the barrels are. I think those are nice and bright. I can kind of clearly see what color family each pencil is in. Of course, since these are cheaper, the color that is actually in the lid is probably not going to match the barrel color. That's just something that we've come to expect, but we'll just pull out this color because it looks like it will be a good example. So we have gold lettering that says colored pencil, then the brand, Artist Loft, and then it has a color name in white, which I appreciate the white writing. I do not like this metallic writing because, I mean, you're probably struggling a little bit to read this right now. I have to get it right, just right for you to read it. But that grape, you can read it no matter how I turn it. As far as like color assortment goes, it looks like it's really heavy on blues and purples. And you know what, guys? I'm not mad about it because blue and purple are my two favorite colors. Like, look at all of those. And then there's even more on this set. So like just that alone. And there's plenty of red violets as well. We have very few reds. And I'm looking to see if there's any like dupe colors. And when I swatch these is when we'll be able to figure out if there's any like near dupes or colors that say they're the different color but are actually not really a different color. And these look like more of our muted and darker Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry, I have a cold. These look like more of the muted, darker colors. Not seeing very many, not a whole lot of pastels. It looks like mostly mid-tones and some darker colors. But we will kind of look at the color selection in a little bit when we do the swatching and looking at, you know, all of how the colors are laid out around the color wheel. So I'm just going to go on and do the next part of my review for these pencils. I'm kind of filming this in chunks, so if it seems a little disconnected or like my intros are weird, that's why I'm having to film different pieces on different days. So right now what I'm going to do is just go on and do this swatch chart. I can pull them out. I have a 150 color swatch chart from Jennifer Stay at Coloring Bliss, and they're kind of tiny little squares, but and I'll film it and then I'll fast forward through it with some music so you all can enjoy just watching the swatches. And I'll have my Dolly 133 off to the side to help sharpen. I'm not going to sharpen every single one as I swatch them because I am lazy. I will fully admit it. I'm lazy. I don't want to take the time to do it. But, you know, I do keep them nice and sharpened while I'm using my, like, any pencils in general. I keep them sharpened while I'm using them. And, of course, if I have breakage, I'll let you know. But, in general, this is just going to be kind of a sped up thing with music and the audio muted. So you all just grab a beverage and sit back and relax and enjoy watching the swatches. Hey guys, I'm back again to finish off finally this this review of the Artist Loft brand 150 colored pencils. So I will just explain what the sheet is for. This sheet is from Coloring Bliss, and it's a testing worksheet, and you can write down all of your details, and then you can do a few little tests to see how they perform. And so that's what I'm going to be using to help me kind of decide how these perform in a more objective way. And just keep in mind that I am not like an expert colorist. I'm still a beginner, and these will be my impressions and my methods of blending and those sorts of things. So just, you know, take everything I say with a grain of salt. But this is just to kind of give a general idea of what these are like and, you know, what I think about them. So the first thing, I'm sorry if my voice gets a little quieter because I just sat down. The first thing that I'm gonna do, I've already kind of sampled out the colors here, all the colors of the color wheel. I used this color wheel to help me pick out like truer colors to put on the color wheel to give a good sampling of everything. And then there's like a black and a brown. There were no metallics in the set, which was kind of surprising since it's such a large set. But yeah, I just wanted to note that there are no metallics. And guys, we are under a severe thunderstorm watch right now, and there may or may not be a storm that rolls through while I'm filming. I'm also dealing with some leftover anxiety from the week today, so if I seem a little out of breath, that's probably what it is. I have to manage my breath very carefully. But I wanted to go ahead and get this filmed for you all since I said I was going to get it done this weekend. And this will probably be a little bit quick, but this is kind of a first impressions, first review kind of thing. So I'll just walk you through, let me see if I can zoom in. Yep. I'll walk you through everything that I wrote for the information. So the brand is Artist Loft. The set and size was like the academic level 1. Like it has a little circle. Let me see if I can find the packaging. Yeah, I can't find the packaging right now, but it has like a purple circle with a number 1 in the middle, and that means it's academic, like a student grade. And the date that I started this review was the 16th of May. Excuse me. So the product line demographic is for students and people who are just learning to do art or to color. They come in sets of 12, 24, 48, 72, and 150. And they are, from what I understand, they're available open stock at Michael's. Because when I went to go get some Prismacolors, I noticed that there were some Artist Loft pencils there, but I don't know what academic level they were, or sorry, what level they were, because they do have also like an artist level 2 and like an expert level, I think. And from what I remember, they were either $1.29 or $1.59 a piece. And then the set that I purchased, the 150 set, was $67.99. And of course, they always run a 20% off coupon if it's not already on sale, so you can likely get it cheaper for that. And then it's $9.99 for a 12 set. For the packaging notes, I kind of mentioned that at the beginning. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. My husband walked in. He was looking for something he forgot. But anyway, so the set packaging notes, I said at the beginning of the video when I was unpackaging it, that it was just cheap plastic. They come in these, I'll show you. They come in these cheap plastic trays. All kind of wrapped in like a really thin plastic outer packaging, and I absolutely hate it. When I was opening it, the plastic on the outside broke, so I put fragile. And then the pencil shape and appearance, it has a round barrel, full color barrel, kind of like a Prismacolor, no end dip. And it has metallic writing and like a matte white, or depending on the pencil, sometimes you can get a black writing, but they all have the metallic gold, like where it says that it's a colored pencil, in case you didn't know that already. And it says Artist Loft. So I'm just gonna put those back in the set. The color info on the pencil, they don't have numbers, they only have names, but, you know, as long as they have something, I'm not going to complain too much. The core size to me, I want to compare them, seemed smaller than the Prismacolor. So this is the Artist Loft, and these are the Prismacolor, and you can see that they look much smaller. I said maybe at most a 3.3 millimeter core. But they might be even smaller than that. And I do not have the caliper tool to check the width of the core. There is no Lightfast information available. The only information I could find was on Michael's website, and it basically just says the same thing that the packaging does. And does the pencil exterior match the swatches? No, not really. I'm going to try to find a good example of one that does not match. So here you can see this is very light, like a, I don't know, like an orangey brownish color, but the pencil barrel is a much darker color. And I'm already starting to hear thunder, guys, so if it comes a storm, I may have to pause and continue filming later, but it's been doing this all week. It's May, and we live in the Midwest. It's gonna happen. So, my color swatch notes, when I swatched out all of the colors onto my chart, was that that back page was upside down. Anyway, that some colors were very scratchy and had that unpleasant, like, send shivers down your spine feeling. But yeah, some colors went down really smoothly, like this yellow I really enjoyed using, but there were some colors that I did not enjoy. They felt to me the most similar to either Crayola or Castle Arts pencils. So if you have either of those two kinds of pencils, they felt very similar to that. They have kind of a medium softness. They're not as hard as a Crayola, but and they lay down, I think, color more vibrantly than a Crayola. So probably Castle Arts would be the closest match. And then the this was supposed to be filled out after the test, but I kind of wrote down some notes that I had already taken note of while I was swatching and doing this chart up here. So I noted that they dull pretty easily, kind of like a Prismacolor, so that tells me the core is soft. The feel of the core to me was scratchy and unpleasant at times, with a medium softness, not as soft as a Prisma, but maybe as soft as something like Castle Arts. And when I say like the scratchiness or the hardness of it, like when I'm comparing it to Crayola, I don't mean that it's hard like a Crayola. I mean that it's scratchy and kind of like gives you that weird feeling that a Crayola does. And then for my sharpening notes, I put that it was very easy to sharpen in my, sorry, let me scoot this over, in my dolly. They were very easy to sharpen in here, and I did not notice any significant breakage or anything like that. They were much easier to sharpen than my Crayola, so that tells me they actually have a decent quality wood, or a decent softness of wood for the outer casing. And I'm going to go check the weather really fast, and then I'm going to come right back and we will start on these tests. Alright guys, I think my weather is going to be okay for at least a few minutes. You may hear my weather radio go off. I have it set to go off for severe weather, so the storm that is getting ready to come over us, they issued a special weather statement, which basically just means we're keeping our eye on it. But if anything changes, you know, I have to be ready to take my kids into shelter. Right now they're at nap, so, but I'm going to leave that on, and in case it goes off, of course, I will, you know, do what I need to do. So in the meantime, we're going to try to finish our test. So the first test is the core usage and sharpening test. They want me to use brown. I picked out this dark brown color here, and it looks like this when you swatch it. And then wants me to do 3 layers. I'm guessing they want me to start light and then do medium and then do heavy. So I will go ahead and sharpen it, and I'll let you guys listen to how it sounds. It doesn't really need sharpening. I'm just gonna stop it because it's not wanting to let it go. That ate up quite a bit of my pencil. I don't know if my pencil sharpener needs sharpening or what's going on, but I'm just going to put, make sure you guys can see. I'm just going to put down a light layer. And then I'm going to kind of like go back, or maybe I should do it three different ones. So that's our light layer. We'll do our medium layer up here. I'm turning my pencil to keep the point sharp. And then we'll do heavy pressure here. And here is what the pencil looks like. I turned it a little bit along the way. So yeah, it has a little bit of like a lipstick point. So there's that. I still think it dulls a little bit easily, much more easily than say like a polychromos or something like that. And then we will do blue, yellow, and red on our black, and see how visible it is on black. A lot of people like to color on black backgrounds, or one stopped. I'm just gonna make sure they're all sharpened similarly. And some of these stop pretty quickly. Some of these just really don't. It's very hit and miss. So we'll do blue first. Put down a nice heavy layer. I kind of did like 2 or 3 layers there. I'll do the same for all of them. You can see it's kind of crumbing up there. And then our red. Put away the crumbs. So there's our visibility on black, and I can already see that there's quite a bit of wax bloom on these. We will go on to erasing, and for this I'm going to use Pentel High Polymer Eraser, and then I'm also going to grab out a Faber-Castell, sorry about all the noise, sorry about that, I had to pause for several minutes. You probably just heard that big boom of thunder. We had an onslaught of quarter-size hail that was beating against our windows, and it was extremely loud. And I kind of do some unofficial spotting work, and I wanted to make sure that I examined the size of the hail and reported that to our local weather people. And hopefully the worst of the storm has passed. I hear birds starting to come out and chirp again. So we're going to try this again. We're going to try the eraser test, and I have a Pentel High Polymer Eraser and then a Faber-Castell kneaded eraser. And I guess I can use whatever color I want. So I'm just going to use this blue that we just sharpened. I'm going to put about a medium to heavy layer down. And we'll just run our eraser through it a few times. I kind of smeared it more than anything. And then we'll use our kneaded eraser. That did pretty well. So yeah, I don't know what to compare that to, because honestly, I don't really intend on erasing my color pencils. So, but I know some people use it as a method to get in some highlights and things like that. Now I am going to do the black value test. I'm going to do a heavy layer of black, and the tip might pop. Yeah, because I just sharpened it. And then I'm going to use my value finder, and we will see how dark this black is. I have a brush here, and I believe, yep, I have a value finder on here. I'm kind of doing the squint test to see. I'd be helpful if I did this. So to my eyes, it's in between a value 2 and a value 1. On camera, it probably looks more like value 2. So we will write that it is value 2. Because it was kind of in between for me. And then we get to the fun part, which is the blending tests. So this one wants us to use Jennifer's rule of blending thirds, which I will demonstrate. If I can remember which one was my true orange. Here it is. So we will go in this order, and we'll treat the yellow as our light and the red as our dark. Just just listen to the nice, soothing thunderstorm ambiance. I feel like every time I sit down to film, something happens. Like, it storms, or my kids scream, or my husband walks in the door. But you know what? It's okay. We're gonna get it done. So the first step in Jennifer's rule of blending thirds, let me make sure you can see, is to put down a light layer. See, like this yellow goes down so good. All the way across of your lightest color. I'm not very good at talking and coloring at the same time. Let me sharpen this. And then you go 2/3 of the way across, and I think I'll go at it from this direction. I should have probably did the yellow this way, but that's okay. We'll start from this direction. See, like this orange is making that horrible gritty sound that I don't like. And I'm not doing this any sort of like carefully. It's not very often that you have to blend like a straight rectangle. I'm gonna try to feather it out here at the ends. And then we will bring in our red about 1/3 of the way across. Just kind of fill in those edges here. And then we will go back over the 2 darkest with the mid-tone to kind of blend those together. And then we will go over the entire thing with this yellow. Bring together the yellow and the orange. So there is our blend using Jennifer's rule of blending thirds. And I did very light layers just because I don't want to burnish it or anything. I just kind of want to see how the colors will mesh together. I may have created too harsh of a line here between my yellow and my orange. I'm sure if I worked on that some more, I could get that going. But yeah, that's the general idea. And then now it wants me to blend 2 colors using the white colored pencil that comes with the set. I need to find my red and my blue. And then my white colored pencil. I do not have high hopes for this white colored pencil, I'm just gonna say. But we'll see how this goes. Let me make sure you all can see. So we would go red to blue, and I guess it's wanting me to just meet them in the middle and blend there. So what we'll do is we'll start on the ends with kind of our heavier pressure.
out as I get towards the center. I'm not an expert on this by any means. Like, you see that harsh line there? Do the same thing with the blue. It as it gets closer to the edge. I'm going to bring it in a little further. Just very light strokes. And then go over this red a little bit more. Again with the blue. And then we will bring in our white to kind of blend it all together. That's what we're hoping for. Like, it's kind of burnishing it, but it's not. It's not really blending it the way I would like. Yeah, there's the white pencil overlay. I don't feel like it did much of anything except, I mean, it kind of burnished it down a little bit and got rid of some of the white, but I don't know. Or it could be me. I just could be doing it wrong. You never know. Okay, so right now I am getting out my Gamsol so I can do this test with the odorless mineral spirits. There we go. I keep mine in a little amber glass dropper bottle. And I will be right back. I'm gonna grab something to drop this out in. Okay, I'm back. I had to found like a little lid off of a sun butter jar to drop my odorless mineral spirits into. I'm just gonna drop her a little bit out. I feel like a mad scientist when I do this. And then I have these nifty little, one has a flat end, one has a pointed end. They're cotton swabs. So we will lay the pigment down and then we will do the blend test. Make sure you all can see. See, like, it's making that horrible gritty scratchy noise, and you could see, I don't know if you can see, like that, where it looks like a razor sliced it. Ugh, I hate that feeling. I don't know if there's something gritty in the pigment or what, but I don't like it. I'm kind of doing this rather quickly. Make sure you all can still see I'm horrible about going off frame. if I scooted that out a little bit. There we go. Over. See these two colors are already kind of blending together without me having to do much. But we will dip our Q-tip here in the Gamsol, and we will go light into dark. I'm not the most experienced with using Gamsol. It's not my favorite thing to use because I tend to like mess it up and forget to take the light into the dark instead of the dark into the light. I just stroke this way. And even then, I mean, look at that green color that's on the, well, you can't even see that. Look at this green color that's on the cotton swab. This could just be user error. I'm probably mixing it wrong. But there you go. We'll just blend it all together. This is why I don't typically like to use Gamsol. I like to just blend with the pencils themselves. I will try to feather this out here. It's not so horrendous looking. I probably failed on that anyway. Guys, don't take Gamsol advice from me, okay? But I mean, I thought the pencils just before the Gamsol looked pretty good joining together. At least those two colors. These did not do so hot. I'm tempted to go back and fiddle with it, but I won't. It could be that if you're better at this than I am, you could probably get better results. So there you go. And now I'm going to blend yellow and red using, where did it go? Yes. I'm going to use my Prismacolor colorless blender because it asks for a colorless blender pencil. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go from yellow to red. No, I'm kind of rushing this, but I'm trying to get done before my kids wake up from nap. Okay, got our yellow. And then, oops. I keep getting that horrible gritty feeling and I hate it. It feels like there's rocks or something just crushed up inside of the pencil lid. Then you go to color with it and it's like nails on a chalkboard. That's what I do not like about cheaper pencils. Like, I literally get chills and shudders. It's a physical reaction. over with our yellow. I didn't do a very good job feathering out this red. That's orange. Let's not color it orange. That would be cheating. Let's feather out this red a little more. Bring the yellow into it. Then we'll bring our red back over. We'll feather it the further it goes over. There's something under this paper, so it's making it bump. Alright, now, yeah, I think what I did wrong was I didn't take these colors over far enough here. I'm still learning, guys. So let's start right, and I popped the tip. Let's start right here at the blend line. I'll work my way over. Kind of rub that off on some spare paper I've got. Then I will work from light to dark over here. I'll blend these out. I mean, it's not half bad, I suppose. So there's that for the blending tests. I think the Colorist blender pencil and the row of thirds did the best. And this would have turned out better had I actually taken the colors over far enough. I'm still learning, and sometimes you guys get to learn with me. I'm just like, oh yeah, duh, I should have done that. And then this is the layering test. So I'm supposed to put down a layer of blue, and then a layer of yellow, and then a layer of brown. And so I'm supposed to look for how well the colors build on each other. So there's blue, yellow, where did my brown? Here it is. Alright, so we will do, turn my paper this way. Now, this is probably not correct technique for trying to get these colors down. Like I said, I'm not going for neat and tidy here. Just kind of trying to see what they do and how they perform. And then we use yellow. Let's see. When I add yellow, what happens? And then brown. I'm just doing light layers here. be honest with you guys, I don't know what I'm supposed to think about this. Like, I can still pick out all the individual colors. Yeah. I don't know if I'm like layering them wrong or what's going on, but I feel like I've had much better results with something like a polychromos when I layer them, because like I was actually getting new colors. It could just be that my technique sucks and the better grade pencils just kind of do the work for me. But yeah, I'm not super thrilled about these pencils, I must say. The rule of blending thirds and the blender pencils seem to do okay with it. They're not like the greatest on black. I feel like they just kind of blend in, they don't really pop. And the value of the black is not good. Sometimes it puts off so much of a sheen that it can be hard to tell what the actual value is. So yeah, these are not my favorite pencils that I've ever used. I don't really think that they compare much to the Prismacolors. They remind me more of like a cross between a Crayola and a Castle Arts. They're not super easy to work with. There are some very vibrant colors. I think they're a little more vibrant than the Crayolas. And for a set of 150, well, I mean, the price really isn't that impressive because you can get much better pencils, in my opinion, than these just by going on Amazon. You can get the Arteza ones for around the same price, and there's a few less of them. Like it's 120 as opposed to 150, but I think the Artezas are better, much better pencils. And yeah, guys, I probably wouldn't, if it were me, just in my personal opinion, I would never buy these again. I think, for your money, for that $68, you can get a set of Artezas, or you can get a set of, what is the pencil set I'm thinking of? Farben, or even the Color budget pencils on Amazon. I think you would be wiser spending your money there. I don't think these are a serious threat to Prismacolor. I really don't. But yeah, I will probably, I want to do a set of several videos where I do a coloring session with some of my pencil sets, and I can take requests for that. I can show you how I color with different sets of pencils and how they perform differently. Just keep in mind, you're getting a newbie's perspective here. You're not getting someone who's been doing this for years and years. Like, I think of Pamela over at Pamela's Passion for Pencils, and I always watch her whenever I want to get like an expert's opinion. But if you are just here for fun and you like to see a newbie play around with new things and share what I'm learning, then you're in the right place. I'm not an expert by any means. I will never ever claim to be an expert. I will just tell you what I like, how I feel about things, and you're free to have a different opinion as always. And but this concludes this kind of first impression review of the Artist Loft 150 color pencils. They are available at Michael's for $68 for the 150 set, and you can also get the smaller sets as I noted here. And I will link them down below. It's not an affiliate link, so you don't have to worry about that. But some of the other tools that I did use, like my erasers and my fancy little Q-tips and stuff, I will link as affiliate links below if you are interested in purchasing those. But I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you know, as always, that you are free to hold whatever opinion that you feel about anything that I review, anything that I color, anything like that. And I'm always open to hear your thoughts and comments in the comments below. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful, colorful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!